Yeah.
All right. So where are you at with physical science? Lesson 13, can you submit?
Yeah, I can submit lesson 13.
Why don't you do that right now while we're talking
Okay,
about it?
let me just remember what the first question was in lesson 13 because I have to go through all of this. Tutoring math notes. This ain't math.
They probably say physical science on them.
Yeah, I know. I said math by accident. I just forget sometimes. It's okay. Okay. From okay, from A to B to N. I have to go really far back to find them. No. No. Okay, I just submitted it.
Cool. All right.
Took me a while, but
So
I found it.
that's good. That's good. Okay, so we had some, we can basically reset our choices. And there's no right or wrong answer here. We could move on to lesson 16, physical science, which is work. It's some math. The second option is what we were working on
Just
yesterday.
work
We
on
started working on,
English.
yeah, we didn't really get much, um, which was the 6 traits of analytical writing. Does not matter to me, Ivana, really, just so you know, like you can pick what you want to work on. I
Yeah, I just want to work on English for today. I don't know. Recently, I've just been feeling like let's just get English over, you know?
Yes, it's over.
Huh?
It's over.
Yeah. Sorry, you kind of
All right.
glitched a little bit, so that's why I had to say, huh?
That's okay. So let me pull up the let me all right. So let's do this a little bit differently now that we're, it's not early, we're a little bit more fresh. Let me ask you some questions here. How do you organize, I don't say, how do you organize an essay? And it's sort of already here. Um, there's kind of two things you can do. First is an outline. Second is part of the outline, which is the introduction, body paragraphs, and conclusion. So could you try to put together a sentence or two that says that?
Yeah.
How are you doing on this?
I just finished writing the body paragraph stuff, like how to organize an essay, and I just here's what I wrote.
So let's just massage this a little bit. So to organize an essay, you need an outline. that includes an introduction, body paragraph, and a conclusion. Okay. So that's a great sort of second sentence. We need to kind of answer now, what is organization? And it's right here. It's right here. This is organization, the internal structure, the essential meaning, the logical and sometimes intriguing patterns of ideas. Maybe you could take something from that and put it into like a single sentence. That's kind of our starter sentence. We're kind
Okay.
of talking about that here, connecting ideas in the essay, but we're looking for like one sentence on what is organization. Then we can talk about how to actually organize an essay, but we need to say what it is first.
Mm-hmm. So you want me to, so wait.
I'm looking for just a sentence on what is organization. It's answered right here. It's the internal structure,
Okay.
of the, but maybe you could massage it a little bit. More generally, it's how you connect ideas in an essay.
Okay, got it. All right. Can you check out to see if what I wrote is okay?
All right. Okay. Do you feel like you understand and believe what you wrote?
Yes.
Okay. All right. To organize an essay, you need an outline that includes an introduction, a body paragraph, and a conclusion. Okay. One of the things that you could also do when you answer something is you could say, um, you could sort of talk about what happens if you have bad organization. Like, imagine if your routine wasn't well organized yesterday. How would that have gone?
Um, it would be not prepared and likely it would have looked really bad if I wasn't organized.
Right? Or if your room is disorganized and you can't find something, clothing or your phone, creates problems.
Yeah, you would have to search every nook and cranny.
So you might add a sentence here about, well, what's the problem with bad organization? Well, bad organization makes the essay hard to hard to read.
Yeah. Bad org.
So
Okay, I'll write notes.
you might add a sentence like that there. So if you could just put something together there about the problem with bad organization.
Okay, I just wrote it.
Okay, really good. So you can always do that in your writing or conversation.
What?
You can always sort of talk about the negative of things if you need to when you're when if you run out of ideas. Okay. Um, what is the voice of the paper? So I'm going to go back to your lesson here and snip in what they have. So it says the voice of the paper is the heart and soul, magic, wit, feeling, and conviction of the writer coming out. So when you write like you did with your Bulgarian breakfast sandwich, like your personality comes out in your writing.
Um, I did not hear what you said at the last part with the from the sandwich thing that we were talking about. You
Well,
said
um, when you wrote about your breakfast sandwich, like um, you could tell that like your personality came out of it, how important it was to you.
it is very important. It's breakfast is the most important meal of the day.
Right. So, can you give me a sentence that reflects that? What, the answer is right here. You've got to just put that in your own words.
Okay, I just wrote it.
All right. Very good. When you're writing, have you heard this before that you have to think about your audience?
The audience.
Yeah, the person that's reading the essay, like who you're writing for.
Um,
No.
I don't get it.
Okay, when you write something right now, who is your audience? When you wrote the essay on the Bulgarian breakfast sandwich, who is the audience?
My teacher and technically
Teacher.
you.
Teacher more so than me, but yeah, okay. Um, I don't know if you post to social media, but who is your audience when you post to social media?
My followers.
Your followers, right? So you
Yeah.
think about that. You don't post stuff that they might not like or want to go along with. Uh, so um, you could add something about that here, which is that when you write, you want to make sure that you are, and it says it right here, appropriate for the purpose and audience. So I think it'd be good to add another sentence that says that it's also important to consider who you're writing for, your audience, and to write appropriately to that audience.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I feel like you could put a sentence together, something like that.
About the audience, right? Double check.
Sure.
All right. Can I say like when the audience when reading the essay also ha needs to feel like the reader, sorry, the writer's emotions or something? Can I mention that or no?
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, cool. Okay, I just sent it in the chat.
Okay, I think it's pretty good. Okay, a little bit of a guess here about what, what we're doing here. The way this is written, it's almost like it's referring to something, but I've scanned it over a bunch of times. I think they're just looking for you to go through these elements here. All right, what type of word choice should the paper have? Um, it's again related to this idea that you're writing to a specific audience. So if you're writing a book for children, you use certain types of words. If you're writing a book for adults, maybe another. If you're talking about figure skating, you probably use different types of words than you are if you're talking about golfing. So there's a word that kind of signifies this, which is the word appropriate. The words should always be appropriate for the topic or the paper. Does that make sense?
Yeah, kind of like
Okay. Now, appropriate can be whatever that happens to be, and it could be rich, colorful, precise language that moves and enlightens the reader. Basically, the emotions that you were talking about.
okay. Okay, I got it now.
Okay.
Okay, I just sent what I wrote in the chat.
Let me take a look. Okay. Paper should have appropriate word choices, and it should have rich, precise language that touches or enlightens the reader. So let's see if we can go just a tiny bit deeper into that. Um, they give you this sort of explanation here of words that convey the intended message in a precise and interesting and natural way. So specific and accurate phrases that create pictures and linger in the reader's mind, kind of like a song stuck in your head. It's natural. It's not too much. Striking words and phrases that often catch the reader's eye. Lively action verbs carry the meaning. Adjectives are not overly piled on to carry meaning, and precision is obvious. So maybe you could grab some things in here that you would maybe you can look at it this way. How would you like to improve your words choices? Like what would you like to do in the next essay that you write to improve your writing? Like what do you think you could draw from this list?
Um, I don't know.
Okay.
Like, do you mean like, are you talking about which words are drawing my attention, like from the list from like A, B, C, D, like that stuff?
Yeah, like what do you see in here that you would like to improve upon for your next essay?
Um, I guess the words and phrases create pictures and linger in the reader's mind.
Okay. So how might you do that? And that's kind of what I'm asking here you to do here is add another sentence where you say, um, one way to improve writing is to do this, add these words and phrases that create pictures and linger in the reader's mind and maybe give an example of that.
Okay, I got that. I can do that. All right, I just finished writing and I sent it in the chat.
Okay. Um, so rather than making it personal, just say um, an easy way to improve word choice is to use words and phrases that are pictorial. So can you give me an example of that? Like how you might do that?
Um, I can try.
Okay. Or you can refer back to the Bulgarian breakfast sandwich essay. Use the words, I think, easy and fluffy.
All right.
That definitely created an image.
All right. I just finished typing in the chat.
Okay. So once again, yeah, instead of like personalizing it, let's just add the part that the words like fluffy and cheesy. I think you use the word cheesy. How a sandwich tasted. Oh, you said it. It just yeah. Let me just omit this, but um, leaves the reader with an image of what the sandwich is like. We already said that. Okay, is that good? Is that
Yeah.
okay for how we leave it? All right. So we've got a few more of these to talk about, and we will continue that here shortly. We'll try very hard to finish these in the next hour. Okay. Well, let's
Okay.
take a short break, and I'll see you in about 10 minutes.
See you in 10 minutes.